They said Aremu drank from a girl, but she wasn't just a girl. What it took wasn't ease to take. And what woke up doesn't forgive. One sip. It all started with a forbidden sip. Welcome to Ifa Ancestral Tale. This is the forbidden sip. In Adungbe, the leaves speak in riddles. The wind knows your name. And a single sip can cause the bone of your bloodline. Aremu. Aremu thought he was stronger than stories. Adugbe was a village cradled between sacred grove and spirit-touched rivers. Yeah, nothing moves without the permission of the gods. The trees bend in prayers. The air carries the whisper of ancestors. Every shadows had a washer. Every stream a guardian. And still, there was Aremu. Aremu, the palm wine tapper, the fearless fool, leader of thieves, breaker of taboos. He danced through Adugbe like nothing would catch him, not even fate. His gang worshipped him, and not the Orishas. They raid yam bands, mock elders, and play drum under forbidden moons. They laugh where others kneel, but Aremu, he laughed the loudest. He even raped innocent maidens. And no one could question them. To do so was to invite calamity from the gang. No Orisha can judge me, Aremu shouted meaning the tall palm. I will drink from Mora Deun's breast, sleep beside her, and walk away richer than Shango himself. The laughter of fool filled the night, but the trees stopped. The wind fell silent. Mora Deun. Her name was a story with no end. A woman clothed in moonlight. She was pure, untouched, her chest glowing softly, says to hold milk that heal or destroy. No child has ever suckled from her, yet no child ever cried in her presence. Her body was sacred, a gift, a warning, a seal, guided by a spirit child who watched from above, and a cost older than Adugbe's name. Baba Ifagbeyin, the village priest, felt it in his bones. He told his cowries. He saw the signs. The signs. Tell that boy to stay away from her. He hissed. But Aremu just laughed. Let the spirit child come for me, he said. I fear no shadows. See wahala. The night of the sick was blacker than ash. No moon, no winds, just the smell of wet soil and waiting. Mora Deun stood by the river alone. Her wrapper glowed faintly under the sky. She was humming, or was it the river humming through her? Aremu crouched in the bush. His gang held their breath. Go, they hissed. Drink, be like a god. He stepped forward. Mora Deun, he said, I just want a taste. She turned, eyes deep, silent, like the sky trapped in still water. It is not for you, she said quietly. It was never for you. But pride is louder than wisdom. And Aremu roared. He grabbed her. He forced her down. With one mouthful, he sipped. Just one sip. Aremu violated her. Aremu forced her. Aremu beat her and molested her, while the others look on and cheer him, laughing. Well done. After everything, they left her there and walked away. Moradeun cry filled the air. And then the river trembled. The world stopped. The river eased and turned black. A cold wind arose, sliding through the trees, and Moradeun vanished like smoke, like breath held too long. After 3 days, Aremu woke at midnight and fell back, choking. His tongue burned, then froze. He laughed, then screamed, then laughed again. By morning, 3 chickens were dead in the village square. The village wall gave no water, and Aremu stood naked under the sun, laughing at nothing. He thought he could steal from the sacred. He thought the gods had no teeth. He was wrong. Moradeun was like a goddess. She was pure. To be honored, she was meant to remain a virgin. She was the descendant of the divine. Her milk and body was pure. In every generation, a sacred one is chosen, the bearer of the mark. If calamity struck and she willingly gave her milk, it will bring peace. And if someone stood at death's door and received her gift, they will live. But now, Aremu's foolishness has contaminated it. A taboo has been made. Aremu have crossed the line. When a sacred vow is broken, the land does not scream. It weeps quietly, and the spirit listens. The village of Adugbe woke to silence. No birds sing, no goats bleat. Even the firewood in the forest refused to catch fire. It was as if nature itself held its breath. Behind locked doors, whispered glittered like snake. Aremu drank from Moradeun. Now we are all in trouble. Children covered their ears at his name. Elders spat in the dust when he passed. And his own gangs, brothers in crime, avoided his eyes like plague. Because Aremu was no longer Aremu. He spoke in riddles now. His word coiled and twisted like forest vines. I saw mirror, and he saw me back. He whispered to the shrine wall, eyes wide, unblinking. Aremu the fool. Good for him. His shadows has disappeared. And one by one, his gang member began to shatter. Kekere, the youngest, woke up screaming. He swore a little girl stood over his bed. Eyes like peach, feet hovering inches above the ground. She watches, he cried, even when I close my eyes. And Toby, found his iron blade, once sharp, once strong, bent like it was made of palm front or rubber. He tried to burn it, but the knife screamed. See wahala. That Nko, that one went into the yam farm at Doxo and came out, running out at dawn, shouting, shaking. What happened? What happened? They asked. And he said, there is laughter in there. He said, oh, it won't stop. It followed me. It knows my name. Then came the mirrors. Every man who had clapped when Aremu stole from Moradeun found a mirror nailed to his doorways. No one saw who placed them there, but each one reflects the same thing. A message written in something that pours like blood. You are next. Desperate, they dragged Aremu to Baba Ifagbayi's place. The old priest, skin like cracked leather, eyes clouded by time. Baba Ifagbayi took his sacred calabash, carved with runes that glow faintly in darkness. He filled it with omiaye, water drawn from the deepest well during a blood eclipse. He poured it at Aremu's feet. The ground hissed like a serpent struck. The water turned black, and the calabash split with a sound like a skull cracking opened. Hey, see wahala. He can't even find wahala for himself. Wow. He has drawn what was never meant for men. Baba Ifagbayi whispered, voice trembling. The mirror is opened. What mirror? They asked, but already the shadows had begun to gather. Long ago, before Adugbe had a name, the Orishas punished a goddess for loving a mortal man. Their love bore a child, a spirit girl born of ash and milk, sky and shadows. But she drank too much of her mother's divine milk. It gave her sight above and beyond time. But her hunger grew. She devoured dreams, swallowed truth, and began to feast on futures. Even the gods fear her. She was a taboo. So they forged a prison, a mirror made from moonlight and agony, and sealed her inside. Her mother wept and vowed never to feed her again. That milk was her prison, her cage. Moradeun, as a chosen one, was one of the people that carried that milk, not to nurture her, but to contain. If taken by force, the prison will break. And Aremu slipped, arrogant and cursed, had scattered that ancient seal. Only Moradeun can stop what's now awake, yo, but she had vanished. They searched for her. They scorched the riverbank, cave mouth, groove tail. They found broken lips, paint footprints, but no girl. They did not see Moradeun. Now, Adugbe is not what it was again. Oh. The river began to flow backward. Frog died in the sand. Dogs gathered at crossroad and hurled, staring at shadows that move without bodies. Hey, a woman gave birth to twins, so each held a shade of mirror glass. One smile, and the other never blink. You, hey, Habami. And Aremunko, he no longer walk. He wandered. He whispered to pondles, sing lullabies to trees, call out names of people long buried. And the strangest things, his reflection didn't follow him anymore. I mean the shadow. Sometimes it walks ahead of him. And sometimes he stay behind and watch. Alade. He cast no shadows, but his guilt follow his brothers. Everywhere his accomplice went, they saw mirror. They saw mirror on trees, in cooking pots, in well water, all with the same words, you are next. Moradeun was gone. Some say she walked barefoot into the sacred forest, carrying a clay pot and a knife carved from the stream of the unborn. But no one has seen her since that cursed night. And the spirit child, nko, she was no longer dreaming, no. Now she was awake. And every night, from deep within the shadow, her voice echoed through Adugbe like a ghost carried on the winds. Give me milk. When a spirit child cries, the sky forgets how to shine. The sun becomes a stranger, and the gods close their eyes. They stumble by under a broken sun. Its light was weak, pale, flickering like a dying flame. The winds that once danced through the raffled roof now all like a widow. Trees that bloom for generations refuse to flower. Palm wine sour in its gourd. Even laughter, once a constant in Adugbe, now felt like a thread. Drums beat themselves at midnight. No hands touch them, just shadows and rage. The wind carry voices that did not belong to the living. Sometimes it whispered names, other times it laughed. Aremu's gang, once the pride of youthful recklessness, began to fall like dry leaves in harmattan. Dare was found floating face up in a puddle no deeper than his ankle. Eyes opened, mouth frozen in a silent scream. There was no wound, yet his skin was cold as stone. Toby vanished into the forest. 3 days later, they found him coiled against the root of an iroko tree. His mouth sewn shut with spider thread. His eyes gone, no blood, just two clean, empty hole where his eyes was. Kekerenko, the youngest, ran into the square, blabbling nonsense, clutching his own ears. She is in the well. She is in the well. She is everywhere. He shouted. She won't stop smiling. Her teeth are made of mirror. Then he leaped into the well, the village well. They never retrieved his body. The rope refused to go down. Each death left behind more than grief. It left a shadows, dark stain that will not fade, even in sunlight. The people grew afraid. The village bell went silent. Children stopped playing. Fire refused to burn. The priests called on the gods. Offering were double. Head shaved, blood spilled, but prayers did not stop what come next. The village began to rot. Yes, the village began to rot. They woke to empty pots. Food vanished in the night. Water jar turned dry, though the rain had drained the land. The water transformed into frog. It no longer flow. It crawl slowly, deliberately, like something washing. Mirrors appear on every doorsteps, old, cracked, some whispering names. The elders gathered them, smashed, but the next morning they returned. And then the impossibility. The impossible now happen. Oh, a child reach into a basin to wash his face and pull out his own reflection. It blink, it giggle, and melt like candle wax. Enter wahala, then don't enter wahala. Goats scream in the night, not bleating, screaming like woman's infants. Chicken laid eggs filled with small teeth. Through it all, Aremu wandered the village. No longer speaking in languages, he sang low broken songs, not from this world, worlds no one even knew, rhythms that made men weep and women bleed from the years. He scratched symbols into the palace walls, symbols older than the orishas, older than memories. Some glow, some bleed. And every morning, at the exact hour, Moradeun was defied. A sound echoed through the village, a child's cry. Not loud, not hungry or angry, just empty. Give me milk. The elders trembled. They recognized the sign from ancient scroll, forbidding stories once dismissed as legends. In desperation, they gathered at the sacred shrine, shaking hands, with shaking lips. They beat the drum of summary with bruised palm. They beat till their palm became bloody, blood mixed with dust. They cried out to the sky, to the ancestors, to Mora Deun. And then she came. She did not arrive like a woman. She came like a memory return. She wore red, not cloth, but red like wrapping sorrows. Her eyes rimmed with black, swollen from tears unshade. Her feet were bare, dusted with ashes, marked by leaves that were clung to her skin. Her mouth silent since that cursed night opened, and she whispered only one thing: the child is awoken, and she is hungry again. She was sealed for a reason, Muradeon whispered, kneeling before the shrine, her voice fragile as wind across dry leaves. She sees the future, and she hates what she sees. She wants to erase it all of it. She wants to unmake the world and everyone in it. The elders begged her. They touched her feet. They pleaded for a solution, but she only shook her head. I cannot kill what was never born, she said. She is not just a spirit, she is a consequence. And so, Moradeun did the only thing left. She returned to the river, now a silver frog that twisted like thought. She carried a second calabash, carved from the eternal tree, one that never bore fruit, yet never withered. She poured the last of her sacred milk into it. Then, with her knife of dream, she cut her palm. Her blood dropped on the calabash. She whispered a word that no human has heard before or since. Go back, let there be peace. And then the wind stopped. The leaves frozen mid-fall. The bird hung in the air. Then the mirror cracked. All of them at once, from shrine to farm to palace gate. Aremu screamed, a scream so loud the shrine shook. The ground split. Fire danced along its reflection, only its reflection, and then it burst into flame. The girl in the mirror blinked once and was gone. When the villagers opened their eyes, Aremu was no more. Only a shadow remained, not cast, Not moving, a stain born into the back of the silk cotton tree, shaped like a man, forever screaming. See what Aremu has done to himself. Moradehun turned to go. The people begged, cried, collapsed at her feet. Stay! She looked at them, eyes ancient, voice hollow with knowing. I was the light, she said, but you never valued me. You let them take from me and you wash. You didn't protect me. Marshall. She turned and walked into the forest. Not a single leaf rustled. She was never seen again. Some say she dissolved into the winds. Others say she became a river, always flowing but never returned. Adugbe was rebuilt, roof melted, market reopened, but no one ever spoke her name again, not aloud. Hmm. One sip can heal, one sip can cost, and one man's pride can open the mouth of something ancient. Aremu thought the gods were asleep, but he was wrong. Aremu took what was never his and paid the price with his soul. Are you looking for a safe traditional ways to support your fertility journey? Whether you are trying to conceive or just looking to balance your reproductive health, no worry, I dey here for you. We go look into two time tested African herbal remedies known for enhancing fertility in both male and female. You see this blend, dem don use am tey. It has been used for generation and are still tested, still trust for their effectiveness till today. Make we start with the first one. The first one we go use na fertility leaf, that's ewe akoko in Yoruba, ogilishi leaf in Igbo land. You understand? All you need is fresh ewe akoko and original honey. When you get this leaf, wash it very well. Before you use it, wash it. First of all, wash it with salt water. Then after, rinse it out. Then wash it very well. Put it inside pot. Add drinkable water to it. Boil it. After it might have boiled very well, remove it from the fire. Allow it to cool. Leave it to set for like 24 hours. Then you can filter it and be taking it with honey, or you can leave it inside the pot. Anytime you want to take it, just warm it and take it. You're going to be taking it continuously for 6 weeks, morning and evening. That's morning and night for total of 6 weeks. You see these apps, it go help regulate the menstrual cycle. They stimulate healthy ovulation. It support overall reproductive wellness. This herbs good very well. I will advise you when taking any herbal thing, you need to be patient with it. Let's go into the second one. Since we've covered that one, let's go to the second one. See the second one, this one said they very good. This one they good for both male and female. This one, it dey boost libido. It go increase sperm count and support overall reproductive vitality. All we're going to be needing is orogbo, that's bitter kola in English. Orogbo, bitter kola. Bitter kola has so many spiritual and physical benefits. You understand? Bitter kola is very good. Bitter kola detox the system. Is in short, bitter kola is just too good. It's too good. It clears infection. It does so many things. So we are going to be needing bitter kola and cloves, that's konofuru, and this sobo pepper, bitter kola, cloves, ginger. You can get the powder or fresh ginger. Then pure honey. Make sure the honey no be sugar honey o. Make sure it's pure and natural honey, undiluted honey. Then this is how you're going to be doing it. Boil water very well. When you boil water, then remove from the heat. Make sure the water is boiled, is very hot. Pound that bitter kola and cloves together. Add it to your boiled water. Then pound the ginger to a little. Add to the boiled water and keep it. But if you want to cook it, you can still cook it on fire. Just put this, but I don't like cooking it. I prefer boiling water and pouring the water into it. Then when you pour the water to it, leave it, allow it for like 24 hours. So I made the thing soak very well. So after that 24 hours, you can decide to put honey inside and be taken. Or anytime you want to take, just take a shot and add honey to it. You're going to be taking this every night before bed for 2 weeks. You understand? For 2 weeks. But if you don't want, you can still soak it with gin as well. If you don't want to take the water on, get gin, then get all these things, the cloves, bitter kola, and your honey. Soak them inside that gin. First of all, soak the bitter kola and the cloves inside the gin and the ginger. Soak it. Then if you don't soak am after 24 hours, you can add the honey. You see this thing, it dey work. It's very effective, very very effective. You see what this one will do? This one will increase your ovulation and sperm production. It go even still enhance sexual energy and drive, and it go help you clear nyama nyama infection in the reproductive tract. It go clear and comot for you. You see, natural remedies like this, it can be a very beautiful complement to your fertility journey, especially when used with patience and consistency. However, always listen to your body and where possible, consult a healthcare provider, especially if you are managing any undying condition. If you are managing any undying condition, consult your doctor or anybody before you start using this thing. But it dey work wala. It dey work wala. So if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, abeg like and share and subscribe. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I am super grateful. May you be blessed. And don't forget to come back, turn notification button, because in my next video, I'll still drop another powerful tips. It might be herbal tips, it might be spiritual, but I'm going to be dropping another powerful tips. Thank you once again for stopping by. Remain blessed.